Hey guys, this is Market Organized. Today I want to talk about the overall market because a lot of people are saying what will happen to this market, and there's a lot of concerns. Even like yesterday, I read this article in Bloomberg about Bank of America saying that you know stocks, U.S. stocks have an elevated risk of correction. So, and then they stated a bunch of reasons why. About 9 to 10 reasons where I don't have time to cover all that. And then there's so many articles about saying that the market is not, they don't think that it's going to go up or it's going to continue to go up. But my opinion is this: markets, actually no one knows exactly what will happen. It can stay up for a lot longer because we don't know at this point if the stock is it's if US stocks market, like it's if it's oversold or not. The one thing I really look at is the overall market. I look at the price, and that's all I care about at this point. So from what I look at here is that we made a new high recently, about a couple of weeks ago, and we are still in that territory. And unless we have market price go down below this line, I don't think we should be worried about. That's just my opinion. So at this point, it looks pretty well. I mean, it looks pretty good to me, and I know there's less volume in there because it's August. Usually, August is not too volatile, but sometimes it is because people usually go back to work, and especially end of August or September. Especially September is actually very volatile. Even now, we have a Federal Reserve meeting in September, and they might raise interest rates, so that might bring some volatility in the market. But I doubt they will raise interest rates because they still have that risk of the election, so they might hold off for until December. That's just my guess. But me, I like to trade with what I see, not what I think. So I'm thinking about different things, but it doesn't matter. So that's why I take it 1 week at a time and see how this thing goes. So at this time, all I see is that the market went up, it broke out, and it's going sideways for at this moment. And unless it breaks this line and shows me some momentum to the downside, there's nothing to worry about. Now, the other indicator that I like for the market is this one, to see whether we're in a strong bullish market or not. Is this I look at this every day, the advancers and decliners, but this is just today. But from looking at this, we have more advancing issues than we have declining issues. So if you look at the advancing issues, meaning that stocks that went up, that's 53% for the New York Stock Exchange, and for the Nasdaq is 51%. So the more stocks went up than they went down. So that's a good indicator that the market is healthy. And also when it comes to the new high, we got 96 stocks going up and 18 stocks going down or making new lows. So that's pretty good indicator too. So same thing with the Nasdaq. We have the big ratio here with 81 to 21. So that's also a very bullish sign. And volume is also very, very important. When you look at the volume, we have 57% we have 57% volume to the upside, and we only have 42% volume to the downside. So that's a very good indicator too. So there are more buyers than there are sellers. So this is some indicator that you guys may want to look at on a day-to-day basis to get an idea what the overall market is doing. And now, finally, I want to talk about this. Last but not least, this is also a good indicator to see which sectors are actually doing well. From today's market, we can see that the materials have done well, but the healthcare hasn't done very well. So they've returned about negative 0.8% for today's market, and then in one day, materials returned about 0.5%. So if you look at the year to date, I see that the energy market returned about 17.0% return, which is pretty good, and the healthcare is only 1.8%, and utilities have about 17.8%. So this is a good chart to look at and see which sector is doing well and which sector is not. And you can decide on whether you want to put your money in an industry that is trending rather than going into an industry that is actually declining. So knowing the sectors and the healthy sectors and the industries, and which industries are doing well, which industries are not doing well, will actually help you invest your money in the right place. So looking at this chart gives you an overall idea of which ones actually where the money's going, pretty much. So take a look at this. It's on my website. It's on marketorganize.com, and so I still think the market is healthy at this point. I don't see any reason for a panic. I know there's a lot of people panicking at this point, but in my opinion, unless we see some kind of big volume and big drop below this line, I don't think the market is going down. We still sitting on the high territory here, all-time high territory. So that's still a good indicator that the market is strong. But that's something that we have to wait and see. Let's take it 1 week at a time, and I'll get back to you guys next week. You guys have a good one.